Underneath it's still just rough scraping still, or paint scraping. We'll have a look at it. Yeah, some high spots. It's still not quite there yet, but it's getting there. We'll blow it up and see. And this is what the print looks like. It looks both good and bad. It was a lot worse in the beginning, with contact only on the 4 corners basically, so we gotten them down, and it was a lot higher on the outside as well, more worn on the inside, so it's come a long way. And I like this also, to have the blue on when doing the checking, and it's easier to understand the reading and orient. There we see we have the 200s. It's easy to see now, okay, that's a high spot. Here we're down on some almost -1. We passed the ridge, +1. A bit high, a bit low, a bit low, 100 high, 100 high, 100 high. So even if it looks like shit, it's actually not too far away. You remember the figures now. On the other side we were actually 200s on the corner, so the other side is still a little bit higher. Here we're a bit low. It's a bit high in the middle here actually, the way. I haven't been careful in my scraping. So let's get to work. No, first we'll have a look at the other sides. The coloring is a bit thick still, as I was just from rough scraping, but it's quite reasonably clear anyway. So we'll work a bit on this and thin down the paint for next session. We'll have a look at the heights. Okay, so let's have a look at it. We can start here in the middle-ish. We're about on 300s. Move around here. Oof. You can see it's pretty decent. We have a hole, it's about on 200s. The high is steadily on about 300s. We move across here. The hole is on 2.5. It's almost 4, that must be a really high one. This area here is on 2-ish. Corner here, we're on 3, 3, 3, 3-ish, 3-ish, low area 2-ish, low area 2.5, high 3, high 3, low boulder, okay, not very low, and it's still there. No. I'll see what I do if I continue with the pattern scraping, or if I just rough it off with the broad blades. Hi and welcome to compound part 2, it should be. And getting a bit closer, this top surface, it looked a bit different from the start. Now it's actually getting rather decent. There are a few lighter areas, but we'll have a look at it. First we do the tap test. So it's sitting solidly, it's actually sitting on these pillars, and they are the same height. So we look at the corner, a high blue one, it's 0. We look at the corner out there, 0. You go to a corner spot there, it's 0. Corner spot, yeah, basically 0. So let's have a look in the middle, and we're at 0-ish. Yeah. And as you can see, the texture isn't really very much. Even this bad area here, it's not further out than a reasonable oil, barely decent oil groove if there should be, but this is of course a static surface which will only basically never be used. But what we do want to achieve here is really for the as the surface is now really one, it should be parallel to the measuring plane. And as you can see, we are on 0 here on the high spots, and we move over here, and yeah, we're on 0. So it's rather, it's quite parallel to this one, which is good. And that is of course to ensure that we don't have any inclination in this as we move or turn things around. As here the tool post is going to be sitting, and the tool post is really only 80 millimeters in diameter, so it will be sitting about approximately in this area here. Light is always a problem. Okay, let's flip it over. Okay, so this is what the underneath looks like. It's not quite there yet. I have tiny bit more refining to do, but basically it's there. These are a little bit awkward. It's a little bit lightish with a few low spots right in this corner where I would prefer not to have them, but anyway, let's have a look at it and see what we're actually looking at. You can see the high spot there, it's reading 100, low spot, yeah, that's I have to stay out on the blue on the surface plate also. Going back to 1. The high spot is the same on this side. It's a bit low area. We're looking at the same kind of figures. So yeah, what I will do now is that I will just knock down the highest spot and increase the shiny spots a bit, and that will bring in some of these things, and it will be fine to continue. What I want to do now is put it together with the base and see that I have all the alignment, so I haven't made any thinking errors, and checking the aggregate tolerance outcome of it, so it's all pointing in the right direction. And then it's really just to trim the dovetails together, and we need to work a bit. I say we, I wish there was a we, but I need to work a bit with the tapered gib. It doesn't really have a lot of wear. You can hear it's a bit, it has a little bit of bend to it. There's some it has a little bit of curve to it, but it can be straightened some and then just straightened, and then we'll move along with it. And main plan for right now is to shim it out, most likely glue a shim onto this, the tapered gib. Compound travel parallel to surface plate, take 55. Calling it a day. Hi, welcome back folks. Short update on this. The compound is basically done, or yeah, we need to fit the DRO scale, but mechanically it's back to working order. What we can see from here is I installed these extra 2 greasing nipples. It's what I had readily available, and it's for the lubrication of this one, and also the dovetail. So what we're going to be looking at now is that the travel is parallel to the cross slide, and as we qualified the cross slide previously, we know what that looks like. So we're starting from there, and then we'll be moving away here. And also, since it's a scraped surface on the cross slide, you need to remember that these depth things, movements you see there, like there, that's actually the scraping marks on the cross slide you see. That's a big one. And that's the end of the line. So what I still have to finish here is to get the felt padding here and for these surfaces on both sides, and then install back the shaft lines, and then we're going to bring back the tailstock, and there we have some more hard work to do. See you later. Cheers.